Most people attack this problem the wrong way. They start hunting for angles, drawing extra lines, or trying to force the Pythagorean theorem immediately. But this is geometry, and that means a hidden gem is right in front of your eyes. There's a solution much simpler and way smarter. Forget the heavy math. The secret to this puzzle is beautifully elegant. Are you ready to discover the trick? Let's look closely at the figure and dissect it right now. We have a blue square and a diagonal line that enters the square from the left side, passes through it, and then exits from the right side. Along this line, 3 lengths are marked. This left section is equal to 4. The part inside the square is equal to 10, and this right section is equal to 6. And the question is just one thing. What is the area of the blue square? Well, the first thing many people probably think is we need to use the Pythagorean theorem. And honestly, yes. Eventually, we will end up using the Pythagorean theorem. But the problem is that right now, we almost know nothing. We don't know any angles, the side length of the square, any coordinates, nothing. That's what makes this problem interesting, because the real solution doesn't start with angles at all. It starts with similar triangles. So, let's analyze the figure step by step. Let's assume the side length of the square is S. Now pay attention to the parts outside the square. Let's call this horizontal distance on the left, B, and this horizontal distance on the right, A. I see a large triangle. Look, the length of the side in front of B is equal to B, because if you look closely, there's a rectangle with a width of B, and the base of the big triangle is equal to the length of the square's side S. Now, let's take a look at these 2 triangles. Their 2 neighboring angles here form a right angle. That means they're complementary angles. So, the large triangle's other angle is just 90 minus the purple angle, which equals the red angle. How about the small triangle's other angle? It's equal to the purple angle. That's great, because that means the triangles are similar. And if these 2 triangles are similar, then the ratios of their corresponding sides must also be equal. That's the heart of the problem. So far, we know that the large triangle's height is B plus S plus A. Its hypotenuse equals the total length of the diagonal line. 4 plus 10 plus 6 equals 20. Now, let's find the ratios. The small triangle's height, B, over the large triangle's height, B plus S plus A. This is equal to the ratio of their hypotenuses. The small triangle's hypotenuse is 4, so 4 over 20. That simplifies to 1 over 5. And we can multiply both sides by B plus S plus A to find B. Now, we do exactly the same thing for the triangle on the right. Why? Because it shares the red angle with the large triangle, and its other angle is 90 minus the red angle. We know what that is equal to, the purple angle. So, similar triangles again. Its height is A, so A over the large triangle's height, B plus S plus A, equals the hypotenuse of the small triangle, 6, over 20, the large triangle's hypotenuse. It simplifies to 3 over 10. And we can multiply both sides by B plus S plus A to find A. At this point, the equations are getting a little messy, so to make things cleaner, let's give the entire horizontal length a new name. Let's put B plus S plus A equal to L. Now everything becomes simpler. The first relation becomes B is equal to L over 5. The second relation becomes A is equal to 3L over 10. And we also know that if we subtract A and B from both sides, we can find S. So let's do that. S is equal to L minus B minus A. Now let's substitute. S is equal to L minus L over 5 minus 3 L over 10. Take a common denominator, S equals to 10L minus 2L minus 3L over 10, which gives 5L over 10. So, S equals L over 2. And this is extremely important, because now we've discovered L is equal to 2S, meaning the entire horizontal length is exactly twice the side length of the square. It's finally time for the Pythagorean theorem. Look at the large triangle. Its hypotenuse is 20. Its horizontal side is 2S, and its vertical side is S. So, by the Pythagorean theorem, 2S squared plus S squared equals 20 squared. Now simplify to 4S squared plus S squared equals 400. 5S squared equals 400. S squared equals 80. Since the question asked for the area of the square, and the area of a square is equal to the side length squared, we have found the area of our blue square. Very often in geometry, when we don't have enough direct information, instead of chasing measurements, we should look for ratios. And this problem is a perfect example of that idea. If you found a different solution yourself, make sure to write it in the comments. All right, it's your turn. If I change the square to a rectangle, what would the area become? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the next ones. Until the next video, take care.